Welcome to the Brash, SeanzViewEnt Entertainment on YouTube.com. Now, this is a video I'm going to go a little bit more thorough and a little bit more in-depth. It's not really news, but it's making the rounds about this whole Kevin Owens incident where he yelled at a child, at a kid. I am going to go in big detail about this and give my view and my standpoint of it. I hope you will share, like, and comment. And right off the bat, I'm going to give out the surefire shout-outs. The people who have donated to the channel to get their shout-out every video, every time. Reggie Jackson, Entertainment Reviewer, the son of Wolverine and Storm are exclusively on YouTube. We got two new donators, Mark B and Vamps Play. Now, the ones that comment, if you just give random, I give random shoutouts. 4, I give 2 in the beginning, and then I give 2 at the end. The 2 I'll give right now are the Ungovernable and Joshua Washington. I will give the other 2 shoutouts at the end of the video. But once again, if you want to shout out every day, every video, all you got to do is click the link in the description of the video and donate. Okay, we're going to get to the 2 shoutouts at the end of the video. Now, Kevin Owens did a little rant, talked trash to a young fan over the weekend, and now it is going viral and has prompted a response from the boy's mother. And I'm going to read the response because, and if you've already read it and you've already seen it, I just got to go over this because I got to get my thoughts on this one. The mother goes like this: "My heart is shattered. What started off as an amazingly awesome night ended in my 7-year-old being completely heartbroken. My son is a huge WWE fan and a fan of just about every wrestler on the roster. He has a drawer full of everyone's shirts, but he chose to wear a Roman Reigns shirt since he has been a fan of his ever since he started watching. First off, he is a fan of just about every wrestler on the roster. Well, then he should be able to expect a different response and a different emotion and a different vibe." Listen, if I was this kid and I was getting berated listen, for one, Kevin Owens is a heel, and he played up his heel antics great. Was he supposed to go up to the kid and hand him a lollipop and say, "That's a nice shirt you're wearing. Oh, you're a lovable kid. You're such a cute kid. Do you want to wear my championship? Do you want to hold my title?" Is Kevin Owens supposed to be this nice guy? Is he supposed to portray? Kevin Owens is going back to the days of when, no one knew about these gimmicks and these characters and, being true to what they really were. I mean, if this kid were back in the Attitude Era, if this kid went back to the 80s, or the 70s, or even the early 90s, the Attitude Era when the crowd was raucous and red hot and they were on fire. And what about the statements that Rick Rude would make, or Rowdy Roddy Piper, to the audience and to the fans? Can you imagine? This kid would not even be able to understand. I don't think this mother understands that when you're a heel and when you're a bad guy, you're going to expect a bad response. So she goes on to say, "All night, he was getting high fives from other wrestlers and it was all smiles, but for some reason, when Kevin Owens came out, he singled out my son and commented on whose shirt he was wearing and then told him, 'You should get this shirt. Actually, don't get this shirt. I don't want you to ever wear my shirt. Don't you ever try to touch me?' All because my 7-year-old wanted a high five and wasn't wearing his shirt. My heart sank. He became visibly upset, sat down, and kept staring at the gate. I couldn't help. I started crying." Listen, I understand he's a kid. Maybe Kevin Owens went a little over the line, but he is a heel. If Kevin Owens would have been nice to this kid and genuine, then that would have exploded online, and then everyone would have got the perspective of and the understanding of, well, oh, Kevin Owens isn't a bad guy. After all, he's this good guy. I mean, I know everyone knows how the wrestling world works. We have gimmicks, they're professionals. But Kevin Owens was playing his role to a T. What I'm worried about? I'm worried about that Kevin Owens is going to get heat for this. I'm worried that Kevin Owens is going to get in trouble for this. I'm worried that Kevin Owens is going to have a shorter reign with the Universal title and be regulated to matches on Saturday Night Main Event or Superstars, or go back to NXT or back to the Indies. That's what I'm worried about here. Listen, you got to understand, first of all, you don't touch the wrestlers. You don't go out and touch the wrestlers. The mother should have had some control here. Where was the mother's input here? The mother seems like she just wants a free handout here. That's what she wants. Now, here on SeanzViewEnt Entertainment, I give free shout-outs, but it's up to you if you want your shout-out every day to be, and you click the link by donating. If you want your shout-out, that's up to you. That's up to you. But I give free shout-outs. I give 4 shout-outs, 2 in the beginning and 2 at the end. It seems like this girl just wants a lot of free things. I mean, I'm expecting to hear a lawsuit coming out of this. If you go back to the days when heels were really heels, this is Kevin Owens playing up the heel role to a T. I mean, this is exactly how a heel is supposed to represent himself. And so the mother goes on to say he loves wrestling. He has a drawer full of just about everyone's shirts, over 100 wrestling figures, so many accessories, and loves watching and going to events. The worst part is he was going to be getting a Kevin Owens shirt and hat for Christmas, but now he doesn't want anything to do with him. Kevin Owens was actually one of my son's favorites. Well, this kid everyone was his favorite. I mean, I know growing up as a kid, my favorite, I had a few favorites. I had Razor Ramon, I had Stone Cold, I had Triple H, I had The Rock. Then as I went and got older, I actually liked John Cena. I know that might sound a little odd under his word life gimmick. I liked Brock Lesnar, Randy Orton now. But, I mean, to like the whole roster, this kid liked everybody. He likes everybody. Well, I guess he likes to like everybody. But then you should expect a different response. And just because everyone's out there high-fiving you and handshakes and autographs and signings and pictures and all that, you're dealing with Kevin Owens, and Kevin Owens is a whole completely different character. Kevin Owens is someone that is different, and I'm not even the biggest Kevin Owens fan. I'll tell you that right now. I am not the biggest Kevin Owens fan, but I disagree with the mother on this. I mean, like I said, maybe we could say just because the kid is 7 years old. He was a kid. Maybe he doesn't understand it. Maybe he doesn't get it. He wasn't expecting this. He wasn't anticipating this. I mean, I guess you could be on the fence. You could be on both sides. And she says, to top it all off, after Kevin Owens lost to Roman Reigns. Now, that's the thing. That's the bread and butter right there. Here's the complete package. This is what makes this kid's night right here. This is what would have made my night. It would have made my night that Kevin Owens first went up to me and talked to me like that. I would have been ecstatic. I would have been off the wall. And then to see Roman Reigns beat his ass, to see Roman Reigns get the victory, that would be the ultimate feeling for me. That would be like, wow, here's a guy in Kevin Owens who's a bully. And, he talked to me like that. He talked trash to me like that. And then Roman Reigns just beat his ass. Roman Reigns just defeated him. That would be a good feeling. Now, my son is 7, not 15 or 16, he says. And after Kevin Owens lost to Roman Reigns and he was walking away from the ring, my son was just standing there on his seat watching, and Kevin Owens jumped towards him and yelled at him, "I am your father," which made no sense, but with the sudden movement and loudness made us all jump, and my son almost fell off his seat. My son is crushed. And whether he talks about it, whenever he talks about it, he tears up. I can't believe a wrestler would actually treat a 7-year-old fan this way. Shame on you, Kevin Owens in WWE. Well, once again, like I said, you can be on both sides of the spectrum on this one, viewers and subscribers. This is a whole different stance. This is Kevin Owens being a heel, and whether it's responsible or irresponsible, this is just something that I was bombarded, and I didn't even want to get this out there because, yes, this is going to make WWE look bad. This is going to make Kevin Owens look bad, but really, Kevin Owens is a bad guy, so it doesn't matter if it makes him look bad because he's a heel. So this is going to maximize his heat. This is going to maximize his performance. Like I said, you go back in the day when Piper did Piper Spit, and I'm talking about in the 80s, in the early 90s. I mean, there would be people would throw knives at these wrestlers, spit at the wrestlers, throw cans and food in the ring. I mean, remember the NWO scene when Hogan turned heel? I mean, if this kid would have been around in that time, he would have never survived. The kid would be dead. I mean, like I said, on one side, you feel a little bit sorry because he's a kid, but on the other side, Kevin Owens is staying true to his character, and you got to respect that. But viewers and subscribers, once again, this channel is completely subscriber friendly, and it's viewer. It's viewer driven. It's subscriber friendly and viewer driven. That's why I'm giving shout outs. 4 shout outs, 2 in the beginning, 2 at the end. As a matter of fact, the 2 other shout outs that I'm going to do right now for my viewers and my subscribers go out to Skulls Todd and Gilberto Perez. Now, once again, viewers and subscribers, if you want to learn more about how to join the SVE Bonus Club, check out the comment section of the video or the description of the video. I just had to give my comments and my thoughts on that. Some might say Kevin Owens was out of line. Some might say he crossed the line, but I say he was just doing his job. And, I might catch a lot of hate. I might catch a lot of flack. And if this kid somehow watches my videos, I apologize. But if that were me and I were in his position, maybe I would have shouted back at him. I mean, I would have been overly like, wow, Kevin Owens just said that to me. Kevin Owens just came up to me. The mere fact that Kevin Owens was this close to me. But if the kid did reach out to him, the kid yelled at him, the kid wanted his attention. Well, he got Kevin Owens' attention, and that's what happened. He's lucky he didn't get a pop-up powerbomb for his troubles. Once again, it happens. These things kind of happen. And when you're messing with a heel, a bad guy, do you expect a lot of respect and love? No, there's going to be some animosity there. So that's just Kevin Owens staying true to his character. I had to get this out here. I had to do it. I'm sorry. Once again, if you want to get your shout out on the show, comment, like, share, click the bell below. But if you want your shout out every day, just donate by clicking the link in the description or the link in the comments. More to